Hi guys, a wee coffee and chat, probably a follow-up to the video that went up with the poem in it for about George Floyd. Sorry I was upset in it. This has been a frustrating day for trying to think about content and stuff. I've been upset for a couple of days about what's happening in the States. I have good friends in the States and it's very worrying for me, worrying about them. But when George Floyd was killed, it kind of tipped me a bit, and I was talking to a young man on Twitter and said, I cannot imagine living like this. And he said, well, do you understand that we're waking up every day fearing the experience of this? He was a black young man, and I wrote that poem and my response to him because I felt I didn't have the words, so that's how that came about. So today I decided to do the monthly tarot card for June, bearing in mind that I have to be off for the month of June because the deadline for the Afterlife book's coming up, and there's quite a lot needs done that involves deeper diving into things, communicating with different people about it, graphics, copy editors, stuff like that, which will take me the whole month, and I need to be very focused on it. And this wee room I'm in is my writing room and recording room, but when I'm really 100% in writing, I like my equipment and backgrounds and stuff away. Plus I am needing a wee break, there's no doubt about it. The lockdown's been quite intense and missing my girls and everything. I'm glad that we're getting there bit by bit. So anyway, I decided to do the monthly tarot card for June in general and also the global situation, and I started it and I just wasn't getting anything. The cards were really just rubbish, to be honest. And when I asked White Storm, he was like, no, you're not to do that today. And I was like, oh, okay, can I do it tomorrow or the next day? Because come the 1st of June, I'm gone. And he said, well, no, you can't do it today. And I was like, okay, can I sort of do, I'll do sort of my chat and let people know stuff and what's going on. And he said, no, you can do that later, but you don't do it just now. And I was like, ah. So I thought, what can I do? And I said, well, what am I meant to do then, White Storm? I've got a plan here. A monthly tarot. I've got a few things that I wanted to put up, maybe weekly. And he was like, no. And to be honest, whenever I was pushing it, I was getting a load of nonsense. Anyway, I'm being honest with you all, you know that. I'm not gonna push and when things don't feel right to me, because that would be undoing every teaching I've ever given to you. So anyway, I'm not sure what's happening, but then I said, well, what can I do? Because I'm set up, I'm ready to go. If videos aren't done today, they'll be done on my phone rather than the full setup. And he said, well, that's okay, but I want you to talk about what's in your heart just now. And I was like, well, I feel a wee bit wounded because I can't stop thinking of this chap and the way he passed. And he just nodded, and I was like, oh no, how do I talk about this? And then I remembered the poem that I'd written for Twitter. So I just recited it, and obviously it's already up, but the background to that is that's what White Storm wanted me to do, so that's the order I'm doing it in. When I asked could I do the monthly tarot card again after that, he said no, do your chat. And I'm like, okay. And when I go off, I'm going to ask again if I can do the monthly tarot cards globally, etc. for June 2020. And I don't know what he's going to say. And if he doesn't want me to do them, then it's fair enough. It maybe isn't the time to be looking at things when everything is so volatile. But if he does give me the go-ahead, even if it's tomorrow, I will be doing it on my phone, and the sound quality won't be as good and whatever, but I'll get it done. But for now, he wanted me to talk about George Floyd and let you know how things are going. So I hope you are all right. If you're in the USA, please be safe. Please be careful with riots and what's going on and National Guard and everything now. It doesn't bear thinking about. It's so horrific. You must be feeling just the energies. I would say if you're an empath and you're living in the USA just now, you must be done in. Because I'm in Scotland, and be honest, I'm done in. And you know, politically, I don't do anything too politically on this channel. But if that poem loses me some subs or whatever, I really don't care. I really, anybody that can't listen to what was in my heart about that poem, if they don't like it, then that's fine. This isn't the channel for them. I really don't care. So you can see I'm a wee bit all over the place. I've shown you my strengths at times. I show you my vulnerabilities. That's just this channel. It's me. It's what I give you. It's what I expect from you to ask and chat and support one another. So I'm going to be working from Monday on the Afterlife book. I choose times to write about death in the afterlife, don't I? But it will be out, and it will be out soon, and I do believe it is a good book and it will help. The thing is, since I've been sort of rolling with it and getting it sort of beta read and everything as we go, all the COVID-19 happens, so I do believe I have to mention like mass deaths and whatever, and then I wonder, what should I be talking about? Trauma, like trauma that's happening to a society because of deaths. It's like I want to get this book finished, and every time I get nearly there seems to be something else that is valid enough to be added to it. And the end of June is my deadline, so I've got some very hard work to be doing. And so you'll understand if I'm not on YouTube making videos. As I say, I've got a new phone. It does seem to have a fantastic camera on it. I'm just not sure about the microphone. But I would ask that if you want to keep in touch, subscribe, but hit the bell notification as well, because I've been putting things up on the community tab, just writing and letting you know how I am and whatever, and I will continue to do that during my month off, let you know how things are going with the book. And I might do the odd wee sitting in front of my phone. I really don't know. It's a very confusing time, and I know a lot of you are feeling it as well. I mean, what a year. A pandemic, racial riots, dictatorships, weather, climate aspects. 2020 is up there, and to be honest, a lot of the elders I studied under were talking about all this in 1990s, and you know, I believed them, and now we're in the midst of stuff. And I have to hang on to something. Do you know what I have to hang on to? One very wise man said, you can't fight evil if you can't see it, Colette. He used to call me Stormy. I think it was because of my hair. Plus I like storms. Anyway, he said, you can't fight evil if you can't see it or pin it down. He said, in the years to come, evil will show its face, and that's when you get to fight it. And evil is showing its face. And that's not a political judgment, that's a spiritual judgment. Evil is showing its faces. So get to work, sending out healing, sending out calm, prayers, rituals, whatever you can throw at it. Be safe. Have your own sacred space. Do your protection rituals. Look after your family and look after your health. And if you have to, take time away and go in your own bubbles, because when I'm writing, I will be in my own bubble. And I'm sure actually that's going to do me good in a way, because it is what it is. It needs to happen a little. And I'm sorry though, this video and the last one have been really bleh, but I've found myself more fragile over the last couple of weeks. I knew something was building up. I could feel it. And I thought it might be a second big wave of COVID-19 hitting, or some sort of big weather event. But I really do feel it is more to do with the USA and what's going on there. So, my friends, you know who you are, and everybody in this channel that that lives there and that needs help. Even if you put your hand out in the comments, we'll get there and we'll give you prayers and we'll give you as much succour as possible. But please also allow me not to be on as much, because by the end of June I should happily be heading for being able to give the full publication date of the Afterlife book, and maybe be more rested, have seen my family more if the lockdown continues to get relaxed a wee bit and nothing intense second wave comes. And I'd like to think that by the time July came, the world had calmed it a bit. That would be good. So I'm saying I'll be off for the month to focus on the book. I really do think I will be, but I can't say that I won't use my my new phone, or more than likely the community tab, which you get notifications only if you've hit the wee bell. The video about George Floyd was not monetized, because I would not want to make any adverts on that at all in case they were inappropriate, because even when I've monetized some of my more spiritual videos, the ads that I've had on them have been not what I would have chosen. And believe me, I don't get to choose the ads. The winner of the the winner of my birthday giveaway, that seems a while ago, was Triffer Finnegan, and Triffer has been notified, and I look forward to hearing from you, Triffer, on email. I've given you my address under your post, your comment. thank you to everybody who's supported the channel with the £4 coffee. The coffee amounts went from $3 or £3 to $4 or £4, and I thought, but everybody that's bought coffees has been very happy to do that. And if you want to keep me going over my writing month, the link for the coffees support is in the description below, but it's not necessary. In fact, it's so funny, my husband just come in there, Jim. Those of you that used to come for readings will know him well, but he said, close your eyes, I've got a prescription for you, and you'll be able to have it over now and over the weekend, and I'll redo your prescription on writing days if you want, and in the sunshine. I was like, oh, what's he done? And when I opened up, he had a milk carton, a plastic milk carton, and it had on it, it was brown inside, and it said, this is coffee, only to be used with ice cream in coffee, sort of floats, iced coffees, and that was his gift to me, and I cannot wait to go and have some. Vanilla ice cream with coffee is, in a big wide straw, is one of the best things on the planet. And let's face it, at the moment we have to look and get our things in generally nice and gentle ways. So yeah, I got a nice wee gift there from my husband, which is nice, because I actually been quite narky today. Do you ever get that way, that when you're struggling with something, you want to get something done, you get narky? It doesn't happen to me often, but it did today. But I think I genuinely haven't slept very well the last 3 nights, and I think it's just the energies coming in. So what should I take from that? What would I tell you? I'd say that I need my protections up more, that I need to meditate more before I attempt to get into bed after being maybe on Twitter or on social media, giving it laldy, as we say. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. This weekend's meant to be beautiful here in Scotland, so I'll enjoy that and the garden. And I just want you all to be safe. I just want you all to look after yourselves and watch out for COVID, and still keep doing the things that we have to do to keep safe, even though there's, in certain countries, there's lessening. I know that there's some African countries, etc., that are going up towards that peak just now, and I pray for you all. So keep safe, keep yourself physically safe, keep yourself mentally safe and emotionally safe, and spiritually. It's like I want to smudge you all and put you in a big protective like marshmallow and hug yous and look after yous, but I can't, but I will send it. So anyway, I'm blabbering on and on and on. At one point, if this is my last video up for a month, new people to the channel, hi anybody new. We're not normally down like this, it's normally quite an upbeat channel, but it is what it is today. But you're welcome to stay, and I will be back fully in July with, I've still got a book full of videos that people want me to do, and bear in mind that if the monthly tarot card for June doesn't go up, it's because White Storm is saying just go on with things. That's the way around it. Not that anything horrific would be happening, but in a time of instability, etc., sometimes it's just good to buckle down, head down, get on with it. Okay, so I love yous and I'll leave yous, and hopefully check in occasionally. But if you know I'm not, it's not because I'm not well or anything, it's because I am giving my life over to the book for a while, and I will be glad to be finished this one, and then I think I'll have a nice wee break. Hopefully it will make some money, and also then when I get back for autumn and winter, I think we're going to do a real upbeat wee spell book, or maybe even another novel again. I've got about 5 ideas, but I never know what I'm going to do until I say, right, that's that book done, it's out, it's all seen to, and what do I feel like doing now? Normally I have White Storming on it as well. So yeah, so let's look forward to July, and be safe, and just know that I'm thinking of you, even though I won't be online as much. I still do say prayers for you every night, and yeah, so bye for now. I'll see you in a wee while. Many blessings.